After the U.S. declared independence from Britain in 1776, the Declaration of Independence was published. It stressed two themes: independent rights and the right of revolution. 11 years later, in 1787, the Constitution of the United States of America was drafted. The first 10 amendments of the Constitution are called the Bill of Rights. These rights outline the basic freedoms guaranteed to citizens of the United States. At the end of World War II, in 1945, delegates from 48 countries, including Eleanor Roosevelt, President Franklin Roosevelt's widow, who was a human rights activist, met as a group with the goal of protecting and promoting peace. After 2 world wars, they felt it was time for something to be done to promote peace. The goal of this group's proposed document was stated in its preamble: "We, the people of the United Nations, are determined to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war, which twice in our lifetime has brought untold sorrow to mankind." In 1948, the United Nations drafted the document that became known as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The group then wanted to promote 30 articles of human rights in one document. Today, these articles act as part of the constitutional laws of democratic nations. So what are human rights? Defining human rights can be difficult to do. Some dictionaries define a right as a privilege, but human rights are more basic. Human rights are basically the things that you are allowed to do or things you are allowed to have because you are human. These rights help people get along and live in peace because they are there for your protection against those who might hurt you or harm you. There is one problem. When human rights are not well known by people, discrimination, intolerance, injustice, and slavery can arise. Because human rights are just there, we can sometimes take them for granted without considering what they are. It's important to remember that human rights apply to everyone. North Carolina has had 3 constitutions drafted. In 1776, there was the first constitution that created a government for the new state. In 1868, the Constitution was revamped and redrafted. It brought the state back into the Union after the Civil War, but was later amended to discriminate against African Americans in a variety of ways. For example, a literacy test was required to vote, and this put a lot of African Americans out of voting. In 1971, the final Constitution was drafted that is still in place today. It expanded the rights and privileges of citizenry, as well as sections of the government. The rights are included in Article 1, the Declaration of Rights, and include 37 rights.